Bahihi akalpita vrittihi mahavideha tatah prakasa avarana kshayaha. Bahihi akalpita vrittihi mahavideha tatah prakasa avarana kshayaha. Prakasa avarana kshayaha. That you understand. Avarana means something that is closing, that is hiding, like putting a piece of cloth on top of it. That is hiding it, right? Prakasam means light, jyoti, effulgence. That whatever is obstructing that effulgence, kshayaha, that gets removed. Right? That you understand now, right? Most of these, some of these Sanskrit words, I think you begin to appreciate and understand. No problem, right? Now, bahihi means outside. But what is he talking of outside? Akalpita, the kalpam, when we say kalpam comes from, we call it, what is the nature of things really? Even though we call this as nature, that is not what real nature, this is not the real nature of nature. Something beyond it. That is the nature actually, isn't it? So kalpam, when we say, is a manifested aspect of nature. That is not nature. Akalpita is what nature is. Okay? Okay. So bagihi akalpita vrittihi. Vrittihi means thought waves, the various agitations, the thought waves that we have, various thoughts we have, right? Okay. So when my thought waves, I think so many things, right? Bahi means that it's external. Okay? So if an akalpita, we also said it's natural. So to put it, understand it in English, okay? If I do samyamam on my thought waves, separated from my body. Right now, all my thought waves are including, associated and embedded in the fundamental thought that I am this body. Isn't it? That is where selfishness comes. Suppose if I go to the root of it and say, no, I'm disassociating myself with this body. Those thought waves that arise out of that, of it's external to this body, that's what it means. That means I'm not associated with the body, external to this body. If I do samyamam on that thought waves, in other words, I am not the body. See, I am not the body, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the mind. Because body is just an embodiment for the mind as it taken. It has to take an embodiment in order to carry out. So I'm not the mind, I'm not the body. Right? That thought process, I'm not the buddhi. Right? If I do samyamam on that, just that thought wave, then what happens? Then mahavideha. Mahavideha, with means to know. Mahavideha is a great knowledge, great discrimination that has taken place, right? When we talk of buddhi and discrimination, the fundamental delusion we have is, we have not discriminated, is our association with our own body. That is so difficult to give up, isn't it? And when Bhagavan takes you on the journey, trust me, it will be one of the most painful and excruciating experiences. Slowly he will remove, and he is removing. And slowly things that are associated with the body, and some of them we give up and we think we have achieved it. No. Once we achieve something, a little bit stronger dosage will come. Then a stronger dosage will come. Then a stronger dosage will come. That association of the body is so deeply rooted in our way of thinking, right? And to get that root out, or it is going to be, it's excruciating pain. It will be, okay? And but Bhagavan will guide. He will never let us down at that point. He will be with us 100% of the way. But we have to do the journey. The journey has to be travels by each one of us. But He will be there with us. But then that finally, that I have achieved that samyamam, I am not the body, that what happened at that stage, that the discrimination has arrived. Isn't it? That discrimination is mahavideham. That is the great discrimination, great knowledge. It is not the final knowledge, but it's a great discrimination. Right? That is why mahavideha it is called. That state you have achieved, tataha, after that, prakasa avarana chayaha. At that point, the effulgence of the selfless love that is within you, that has been hidden, covered by this cloth of selfishness, avaranam, chayaha, that gets removed. You understand? Not the stage of samadhi yet. Okay? Bhagihi akalpita vritti mahavideha tataha prakasa avarana kshayaha. Number 45. Stula swarupa sukshma anvaya arthavat samyamat bhuta jayaha. Stula swarupa sukshma anvaya arthavat samyamat bhuta jayaha. Samyama on the arthavat. What arthavat means? The essence of things. Right? Artham means the essence. We say artham means meaning, but what is the real meaning of everything? That is the artham. Artham also means wealth in one way. Okay? And one limited meaning of it is the monetary wealth. Okay, but no, that is not, we have to go beyond the essence of what is that monetary wealth is, right? That is the final meaning of the word artham, okay? But the way Adi Shankara uses in Bhaja Govindam, artham anartham, okay, bhavaya nityam, that artham is talking about not the monetary wealth, but our desire for the monetary wealth. Please understand that, okay? That is where the problem comes. And so stula swarupa sukshma anvaya arthavate. Stulam, gross manifestations of things that we all immediately know, that we can easily relate to that, right? The stula manifestation, gross manifestation, physical manifestations, right? Swarupam. When you look at, see, Bhagavan says, you are not one, but you are actually three. Number one, who you think you are, who others think you are, and who you really are. Isn't it? And for all of us, this applies. Right? And what is that? That's what this is talking about, basically. Okay, to put it in Stula Swarupa Sukshmam, that's exactly what it means. Okay, one who you think you are, one you think, or even anything, even if you look at a Mercedes-Benz, what you think the Mercedes-Benz is one thing, okay, and what somebody else thinks of Mercedes-Benz is something, but what it really is something else, isn't it? So, that's what he's talking about. Stula Swarupa Sukshma. See, Sukshma. Sukshma is very important. And the interesting thing is Anvaya. Anvaya means without break. Something that is continuous. Okay? It's a continuous succeeding things. In the same way you look at a statue, okay, and first you look at it, it looks like a bronze statue, let us say. And then look at it a little bit closer, and you look at the beaut prasanna vadanam on the face. The moment you focus on the prasanna vadanam on the face, what happens to the bronze? That vanishes. It's succeeding. And then the prasanna vadanam, you focus on that, what happens? You get a peace of mind. You get some bliss. What happens to the prasanna vadanam? That is gone. That is vanished. This is the succession, the anvayam of the sthulam to swarupam to sukshmam. That is present in everything. in the world. All the gross manifestations obey this particular rhythm, this truth. Only thing is, we don't go deep into it. We just look at the gross form and move away. All I need to do is to spend one extra second on the gross form. It will take me to the Swarupam, something else in there. Same thing, you go and look at a rose. You look at a rose in the garden, oh, it's so beautiful. I look at it through the window. It is nicely breeze in the breeze. It is moving to and fro and dancing. I enjoy it, and then I go and do my stuff. Suppose I go take the time to go out to the garden, look at the rose flower a little bit closer. It is no longer dancing in the wind. I look at the softness of the petal. Right? It's something else. It vanished. The other thing has vanished. Something else has come. Then I focus on the softness of it. Something else happens. Right? Then this is the succession, the anvayam. How the gross, takes you to the subtle. Right? Do you understand? And beyond the subtle is the actual truth. Stula Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya Arthavat Samyamat. Do Samyamam on that. Bhuta Jayaha. I get victory over all beings. What does it mean? Not only individuals, but also all the five. Because what is a being? It's only 5 elements. Composition of 5 elements. Isn't it? Everything has got composition of 5 Panchabhutangal. I get mastery over all the 5 elements. Because the gross form has vanished. The Swarupam has vanished. The Sukshmam is where it is there, right? You understand? That's the power you get. Sula Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya Arthavat Samyamat Bhuta Jayaha. Number 46. Tataha Anima Adi Animadi Pradur Bhavaha Kaya Sampat Tat Dharman Abhighadaha Cha. Tataha Animadi Pradur Bhavaha Kaya Sampat Tat Dharmane Abhighadascha. Now, slowly the powers are revealing themselves. Once you gain power over all the 5 elements, what happens? Next question. Tataha, afterwards. Animadi. Anima means atom, atomic. So small. Atom is nature of an atom. It's very tiny, very small. Animadi. Anima adi. That means the various siddhic powers. Like, Animadi, how Hanuman reduces his body to the size of a thing. All these things are part of this. Okay? So this is not just something that Valmiki has written and we read and go away. No. This actually happened. With this, it's within the powers of everyone, grasp of everyone. We have to make the effort, that's all. So Hanuman did that, so he could do that. Animadi, he could reduce his size to the size of a thumb and entered Lanka, right? So Animadi, Anima Adi. Adi means, same way he can also become very big, as he did. When he was fighting with them, huge he became, right? Animadi. Though that power gets manifested, Pradur Bhavaha. The Pradur Bhava means to become visible. That means you become visible at the size that you want. You can be tiny, reduce yourself, become very big, gigantic, whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can appear like that. Pradur Bhava means to appear like, to become visible like. Okay, Animadi, that power you get. Kaya means body, your body, right? That appears like that. Sampatti. Sampatti means to achieve something. It is within your reach. You have reached it. You have grasped it. Okay? And so Sampatti means that power reveals itself. Tat dharman abhikadascha. What is the dharma of this power that is manufactured itself? Abhighadascha. With that with that kayam. No, he's talking about the body now. The body has to travel in this world, isn't it? It has to move about different things and all that. With the power to reduce, increase, or change the way the body appears, right? You can move about without any obstacles. Okay? Do you understand? Tataha animadi pradurbhavaha kaya sampatti dharma anabhigadascha. Okay? 47. Rupa lavanya bala vajra sahana atvani kaya sampatti. Now, what does kaya sampatti mean? The previous program talked about kaya sampatti, right? Because we talked about that. That means this is the thing that the body reaches this stage, right? The ability, to put it crudely. Now you describe that even more. The kaya sampatti is rupa lavanya bala vajra sahanan atvani. The body becomes rupam. Rupam means form, we say. But what is a form? Every form is intrinsically a part of a beauty. Isn't it? We may call it ugly, beautiful, those are our terms. But every body is nothing but beauty itself. That is the right vision that we must develop. Okay? So Rupam means beauty. Okay? Lavanyam. Lavanya Rama, we say. Lavanyam is deficiently described in English language with the word grace. What is gracious? How do you describe the lavanyam of an elephant, for example? Have you seen an elephant walk? How do you put that grace in words? Impossible. Isn't it? That is lavanyam. Even though I may call it grace, but it doesn't capture that. But lavanyam is what that is. Okay? Balam, you all know. The body now not only is beautiful, it has got lavanyam, it has also got balam. Balam, strength. And vajra sahanan atvani. Vajram means thunderbolt. Like a lightning comes, then a thunder comes, right? It is and when a thunder strikes, how the hardness of a vajram. Okay? You understand? So the body is beautiful, it is graceful, right? It's graceful in a phenomenally attractive way, like a Lavanya Rama. You can think how Rama would have walked on the screen. You must picture. It is not and Rama's walk, Bhagavan's avataram comes, the walk is always compared to the walk of an elephant or walk of a lion. Just imagine, just go to a zoo and see an elephant. Next time an elephant walks, just forget everything else and just see how does it walk. If you look at its legs, then you miss the thing. You're still not able to capture it. But if you look at wholesome, it takes you a different level. That's how Bhagavan walks. Impossible to describe. That's lavanyam. That your body will get that. Become strong. And vajram, like the way Rama's body, Hanuman's body was. Vajram, like a thunderbolt, will be so strong. That is kaya sampatti. You understand? Because all you did was Sthula, Swarupa, Sukshma, Samyavate. Do you understand? You get that. Then number 48. Grahana Swarupa Aspita Anvaya Artavate Samyamate Indriya Jayaha. Very important. Indriya Jayaha, sense control. The very first teaching in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna tells Arjuna, develop sense control. But how do I get sense control? This is how you will get it. The sense, you become the master of the senses. Only this way. What? Doing what? Grahana Swarupa Asmita Anvaya Artavate Samyamate. Samyama, again I repeat, so we don't forget it. Samyama is a combination of the three: Dharanam, Dhyanam and Samadhi. Dharanam is 12 continuous seconds of focus on anything. Anything, everything is Bhagavan. So anything you can focus. Concentrate continuously 12 seconds. One Dharanam. 12 Dharanam is one Dhyanam. 12 Dhyanams is one Samadhi. Then there is progression in Samadhi itself. Okay? So here, that Samyama is what he's talking of. Grahana Swarupa Asmita. Now, Asmita means, we saw earlier, it means ego, egoism. Egoism is what? Nothing but I am this body. The pride and all those things come out of something else. Even though ego in English means two things, right? An attachment to the body as well as it also means pride, right? Pride is a result of attaching to the body and to the mind, okay? So, Asmita means that egoism that we're talking of, okay? Grahana Swarupa Asmita Anvaya. The Swarupam and Anvaya we talked about means succession, the various things happening continuously. The moment I start talking about Asmita, which is associating myself with my body and mind, okay, then if I think about it a little bit more, from maybe 1/100th of a second to maybe 2/100th of a second, and slowly increase that process. What is this? What is this attachment on the body? What is this ego? I see samyam on that. Then I begin to see, oh, this is what the body is. It has got these five senses, and these five senses are attracted by these objects, right? And then my mind follows through that and falls prey to it. See, all these things, and then if you do the samyama on that grahana means to attract. How the body and the mind, how the body functions, how the mind gets attracted to the various external things, right? And because of that, how my asmita comes, my ego gets, that is the samyamam that you have to, when you focus on that, then you get into a different level. What is it that attracts my eye? You first see. First level is, as we talked about, in the Stula Swarupa Sukshma thing, if a rose attracts me, okay, the rose is beautiful. Okay, that's one level. Then I go and look at it, but what is it in the rose that attracts my eye? You start looking at that. Then you find, but what is it that in me that is getting attracted to it? But what is taking place? It's actually the same attraction is present in me as well as in the rose. So like that you move on. Grahanam. What is it that's attracting? This is what fundamentally I learned from Swami. The attractor is nothing but self-love. That's why I keep repeating it every time. Because that's the truth. The thing that really attracts is nothing but love. You think. You examine it yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. You'll examine it. Put to whatever test you want. Then you'll come up with a result. The love, that's a selfless love, is the one that attracts. Nothing else. That's samyamam. The moment I start focusing on the selfless love within me and samyamam on that not even dharanam is enough. Just the focus. Then immediately that takes over. What happens to my senses then? I control senses. They're no longer interested in the sense objects. Even though my eye may see, actually this happens in my life many times. Even my wife teases me about it. I go through the Frankfurt airport so many times. I still don't know what the various shops are. I just walk to my gate where I go, and I go through the shops and all. Whereas my daughter, my wife come, they all go to the various duty-free shops, this, that. None of those register in my mind, even though my eye sees them. So we must come to a stage where the eye sees things, and the difficult thing is the ear. Oh my God, the ear is even more difficult to control. It's more powerful. The last sense that you lose is really the ear. For all of us. That is why it is very important when somebody is on a deathbed even though his eyes may be closed. He may be in a coma, he or she may be in a coma, doesn't matter. We recite, put some Sotrangal, Vishnu Sahasranamam or all those things, because the ear is the last one to lose its power. That is why Vedas are taught through the ears. Something you hear, when you hear something through your ear properly, the message goes through with more precision than when you see something. There is always doubt involved. That is why I encourage you not to read something, always hear. Then you can read later, not to reinforce. But the message gets lost when you read. When you hear it, it is more precise. Okay? So these senses, they all leave you. You jayam. You win over them. You understand? They have to leave you. They have to do their job. But you no longer follow them. You follow them only to the extent you want, not what they want from you. You become the master mind, as Bhagavan says. Right? Mind right now, our mind is a slave of our senses. Mind has to take control. Okay? And how does it happen? When you do samyamam on the indweller. And beautifully, he's talking about samyamam on the indweller is where everything boils down to. But the vehicle he has taken is through the vehicle of ego, asmita. Where does this ego come from? Why? What am I getting attracted to? Why am I? That is Madhusudanaha. Bhagavan says, Bhagavan's name is Madhusudanaha. Sudanaha, victorious. Madhu, intoxication. What is our intoxication? It's not a bottle of liquor. That is one intoxication. A word of praise is another intoxication. But the maximum intoxication, that we are all living intoxicated lives, intoxicated by our own ego, our own self-importance. I am something, That intoxication, that madhu, Sudanaha, one who has won over that. That is why Krishna's name is Madhusudanaha. Do you understand? So that madhu, that ego, asmitaha, then you grahana, the attraction of that, anvaya, how that gets attracted successively in various things. Samyama, you do the samyamam on that, then you will make the transition from the attracted to the attractor. That is the indweller. The moment you do that, Indriya Jayaha will come immediately. Grahana, Sarupa, Asmita, Anvaya, Arthavat, Samyama, Adi. Very important. The Adi. Samyamate, Indriya Jayaha. Okay? Is that clear? Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.